So when we look at his normals, man, we have the Rising Suns, which is forward 1-2. The Ryujin, if I'm saying that correct, is forward 1-2, 2+4. And then the Falling Moon, which is forward 1-4. So the Rising Suns, again, that's forward 1-2. It's a 3-hitting normal, but it only requires 2 inputs. And this is -7 on block. But the ender to the string, which is 2+4, is actually going to put you -6. The counter to that string, of course, is the opponent can armor through it. So another stagger to complement that option is the Falling Moon, which is forward 1-4. And you can see this will hit high, mid, into a low. So you have the forward 1-2, or you can use the forward 1-4 and catch them lacking. And as you just saw, it does launch. So if you have a cameo like Janet Cage, who can help you continue the combo, anytime you catch them lacking with that low, you're able to extend. So now we have to talk about this string because it's OD in the neutral. It's Temple Razor and Twin Fangs, which is back to 1 or back to 1-2+4. So if we're playing neutral, you always got to be careful of that back 2 coming out at any range because you might get clipped. And then of course with the complete string, the 2+4 ends in an overhead. But of course there is an armored gap, so you got to be on the lookout for that. Now the back to 1 is going to leave you -18 on block, so you're not going to want to stagger that. But of course with the Twin Fangs, this will leave you -5. However, if the opponent does flawless block it, it puts you -15. So if I do get that flawless block, you can see we get a punish. So Takeda has the double spear, right? And that is back forward 2. Or the enhanced double spear, which is back forward 2 plus R2. Of course, the amplified version. Now, this actually has insane range on it. You can see it pretty much goes full screen. So if I take a step in, we're now able to connect. It's kind of ridiculous. But of course, it is super unsafe, right? It's -23 on block. But when we do amplify it, you can see we get a launcher. We get a pop-up side switch. You can actually change the direction you want to throw the opponent. So now we can take that Temple Razor combo string and hit confirm into the enhanced double spear. So now for a basic combo, we can do that same exact startup, go right back into the Temple Razor, and then finish with that double spear. So the Swift Stride is quick, man. It goes full screen. It's just a quick dash, and you get a hard knockdown mid, right? And this special also has different properties. So if I just let it rock, you can see you get a mid kick, right? You just get a hard knockdown. If I decide I want to cancel it, I can just hold down and he'll stop. Or if I want to trick the opponent, I can actually hold up and get an overhead drop kick that launches. So now with that idea, if we want to use that in a combo, we use the Temple Razor, special cancel into the Swift Stride, and then use that overhead drop down. So now we should have something like this, and we get that confirmed combo into a pop-up. And what's really cool is you can use this twice in one combo. So we do it once, we reconnect, and then we do it twice. So now once you put that concept together, you can start to do combos like this. One more time, and then we're just going to end it how we did the last combo. So we get 10 hits again, 27%. So now with those ideas that we already created, we can start to add more elements to them. For example, we can start to do combos like this. So 17 hits, 30%. And of course, if we have a cameo like Janet Cage that will help us extend the combo, we can get even more creative with this aerial combo attacks. So now let's just keep it a bit more simple. 1-1-2, call in Janet, and then we hit confirm, and we get 35%. So now here's where Takeda gets a bit more technical, because we have the ninja stars, and you can stack these up as much as you want. You can go close, medium, or far, right? So you can stack them up, and then when you throw that shooting star, they will actually explode and launch the opponent up. It acts like a bomb. So this is where those star setups come into play, because this is another way to get those combos. So let's say if I do set up the star and I go into the same combo, we can actually launch the opponent back up with that star. But again, this is super technical because it's going to come down to you, the player, setting these stars up and having that perfect space, that perfect range to actually confirm into them. So just for the sake of this video, we can do something like this. Throw it right on top. They're going to get launched. And now we have a full combo. Just like that. And just like the grounded one man, you can also do this in the air for that same exact concept. So if you want to just jump backwards and set them up, we all know Takeda from MKX, man. It's nothing new. You have that option to blow them up from the sky. So if you amplify the stars, they will actually explode and toss the opponent towards you. The cool thing about this is you can actually hold one down, and this will cause a little delay to those stars exploding. So now this will just be a great way to control the screen because the opponent has to respect that. And those will create a ton of mind games because now we can dash in, they have to respect it, and then we go for a grab. You can do stuff like that. And on the topic of his grab, his back grab actually launches. So if we have Janet Cage, we're able to connect for a combo. So now our mind game can look something like this. We run in, we dash up, psych. Get over here. So you can just get really creative and do setups like that. So now we have to talk about the whip art mad dance, which is down forward 4. So if you remember Alien and Tanya from MKX, they both had reckas. That means they have a special move that has multi-hitting moves afterwards. So the whip art is a special move, which is down forward 4. And you can see the first hit is a high. If you do that same exact input after, you get a second hit and then a third hit if you do it a third time. So to get this record to work, you just input the same exact special move 3 times, or depending on how many times you want to stagger it, if you want to do it once, twice, or 3 times. So you can do the reckas fast, all in sync, one after the other, but this is going to leave you minus 12 on block, so it's unsafe. And even if I just stagger the first option, that's minus 17. If I do the second option, that's minus 16. And then of course, like you just saw, the third hit is actually minus 12. So you're going to be unsafe any single time you throw out that stagger if you do it quick. But of course, it's a recka, so you can stagger them and you can delay them. So if I do the first one, I can delay the second one and even the third one. Depending on how long you actually delay that second recka, the frame data is going to change. So you can see right there we're minus 3. If I try to do it on the last frame, you can see we are now minus 1. And then once we delay the third option, you can see this will leave us minus 2. But of course, that would be a little cheap if you couldn't actually counter it. So yes, of course you can interrupt that if they delay it, but you got to make that read. But as far as combo possibility, on the third recka, if you amplify it, you actually get a launcher. You get a pop-up, so it's pretty cool. So now whenever we get a hit confirm, we have that option off of the recka. So we can do something like this, get that launcher, and then right into a combo, right? So now if we get a bit more creative, start to do stuff like that. Pretty cool. So the tornado kick is back, the classic move from MKX. If you know, you know. And of course, with that classic move comes an overhead launcher. So now, if we want to confirm into different ways, we absolutely can. And lastly, man, we got to talk about these aerial special moves right here. We have the enhanced version of that spear, and he will actually launch them back up so you can combo off of that. We have the rushing Nimbus technique, which is him just swinging. You can see, it's like Spider-Man, bro. You can just go in that way. And then we have the rushing Nimbus attack, which is just him swinging across the screen and kicking you. But if you actually amplify the special move, you can go into an aerial combo attack. So you can do something like this. Just like that. Or if we really want to cash out, we can do stuff like that. But that's going to do it for this beginner combo guide, man. I hope it was useful. I know there's a lot of depth to Takeda right now, but it'll all make sense. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.